In Green Bay, the road to success is clearly marked. Every coach understands the Packers' history, but only a few make history themselves. Mike Holmgren put the title back in Titletown, and in the process, taught 6 of his assistant coaches the fine art of command.
Leadership is setting the tempo.
Let's go tonight, Tampa! Let's go, Big Scout today! Let it roll! Let it roll! Let it go!
I think leadership is laying out a plan.
Everybody on the left side went around the wedge, and they just took her right upfield.
And then holding people accountable to it.
Come here. Did you see him call that?
I thought he said you.
He said me. Listen to him.
Leadership is the ability to take people and ask them to do things they might not like to do.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Too much. You need to make sure you listen to him. Make sure you listen.
You can push them.
Come here.
But you're also going to have to pull them and show them the way when you're leading a team.
What'd you do after that? I didn't do nothing. The referee threw the flag. It's not on me. Good. It's on them? Yeah. That a babe. That's poise. That a babe. Get back in there.
There's a lot of different ways to lead.
Okay, now listen, in this series, I'm going to stay with, is this fun or what?
Leaders are made.
Who deserves this? You deserve it. I'll tell you that. You deserve it.
They're made through hard work. They're made through dedication. They're made through commitment.
60-plus guys, huh? 60-plus guys that'll pay a price, and you paid the price.
I don't believe in born anything, born athletes, born leaders, born anything.
Dick Geron was 41, John Gruden 28, Andy Reid 34, Steve Mariucci 36. They were unknowns when Holmgren hired them in 1992. Only Geron had NFL experience. The others were new to the league and each other.
Steve, tell me the story the first time you and Andy met.
We met in the hallway during a fire drill, about 2 o'clock in the morning, the Midway Motor Lodge. And you always have to determine if you're going to roll over and go back to sleep or get up and see if there's a fire, right? So it kept going and going. So pretty soon, I'm in my underwear, okay? The thing kept going, so I just opened my door and I looked down the hall, and here's this guy peeking out his door too. The fire alarm kept going, so we figured, geez, we might have to get up here. So we got our wives up, and all 4 of us were out in the hallway. We didn't have much on, huh? I mean, maybe a blanket or something like that.
Who was Mike staying at the time? Was he in the Midway with you guys?
No, he was at the Embassy Suites downtown.
I was downtown. But the thing is, their big night out, because we were working hard our first couple weeks there, putting things together. So these guys do, there's a place called Old Country Buffet, and they say, hey, you got to go to this place. It's great. You know, they got meatballs, and they got spaghetti, and they got chicken, and they got all this stuff. So one night I went with them, and it was, let's go. And they that was their one meal a day.
We got 3 jet flanker drive, zebra corner. First of all, you got 3 jet.
A hunger for success drove Holmgren and his young coaching staff through that first season. The Packers had just one winning season in 9 years prior to their arrival, so there was plenty of work to be done, not all of it glamorous.
John, do you remember when Mike called you up and what the job offer was?
It wasn't real descriptive. It was just an opportunity to work for him, and I was excited to go.
John used to drive me around a little bit. I'd have speaking engagements, and
We used to call him Driving Miss Daisy.
yeah. And then he's really not a very good driver, and so he gets talking about stuff like he coaches.
When Gruden left to become offensive coordinator in Philadelphia, that opened a spot on Holmgren's staff for Marty Morningwig.
Now you go back with Marty. You coached him in high school, right, or something?
Yeah.
Really?
I always said I thought he was the best quarterback. Really, one of the best I'd ever coached. He was really a good player, and when I tried to get him
Thanks, Coach.
Marty Morningwig was Northern California's Player of the Year at Oak Grove High School in San Jose. His strongest influence was a history teacher and assistant football coach named Mike Holmgren.
Mike grabbed me when I was 14 or 15 and started coaching me. And so, and I think all the guys on that team kind of perceived that they didn't know it at the time, but then afterwards they go, geez, we were coached pretty good,
As a first-time head coach in Green Bay, Holmgren wanted assistants who were assertive, but not too assertive. Mike Sherman learned that when he joined the staff in 1997.
The hip and rub up to the front side backer. You're not going to get a whole lot of help. Right, Earl?
What's it like to go in and ask for a raise? Did any of you ever go in and ask Mike for a raise?
That's why we ate at the Old Country Buffet, because we couldn't afford anywhere else.
I'll tell you, Mike Sherman led a little mutiny. Remember that?
We really weren't told our salary, and he just passed out the little envelope that you opened up, and you realized I had to go tell him that we're all going to be living in trailer homes down the street. Well, he was looking for a pretty nice home on a secluded island. Got the staff together, and we basically were not going to sign our contracts, and that lasted, I think, all of 40 seconds of when he came in and said, sign them, and then we all signed them after that.
I said it in a nice way, though.
You were standing at the time. We were seated, if I remember correctly, and there was spray coming out of your mouth as you were speaking to us, or fire, one of the two. But we talked about we wanted certain cars done. Sign them. This is over. Let's go to work.
No Packer coach had ever gone to work in the style of Mike Holmgren. On the job, he was a hard driver, but to the fans who passed him on the streets of Green Bay each day, he was Coach Easy Rider. Although it wasn't always easy.
How about the time you crashed your motorcycle? Slid that thing, remember that?
Well, you took it out in the winter.
Yeah, did you ever tell Kathy about that?
Oh, no, hold it. Hold tape.
How's your Harley, Coach? Hey, it's going good. I put it to bed for the winter, though.
On the same quiet streets where Mike Holmgren drove his Harley, John Gruden rode a bicycle, often with the same results.
John used to get to work, ride his bike in the snow.
John did?
Yeah, well, in an effort to save money, I don't know why, because I paid him a lot of money. But he would ride his bike to work, and it was dark still. In the snow, he'd come in, and I'd come in, he'd be cut, and,
I had a serious wreck, Steve. Serious.
Did not
I
come
hit
back
a
from that
parked
wreck.
car. I stopped at Sue Ann's Bagels. It was the only place that I ever ate at. Andy and I would go to Sue Ann's Bagels and get a dozen bagels. I had a cup of coffee. I just took my eyes off the road. That's all I did.
Well, think of that. He's got a bag of bagels, a cup of coffee, and he's riding a bike with books under his arm.
It's 28 below zero.
As the weather grew colder each football season in Green Bay, the competition heated up. And that carried over into Mike Holmgren's staff meetings.
I used to have to separate, really, Dick and John in the meetings because they'd be over there. I'd be talking about something I thought was important, and they'd be, what do you think of this play? What do you think of this coverage? How are you going to beat this? And I'd go, okay, you sit over there. It's like in the third grade.
He always felt that on his staff, because we were a bunch of young guys, really. I'm sure he didn't feel that I'm going to pick this guy and this guy and this guy because they're going to be head coaches in the league someday. The chemistry on the staff, I'm sure, was really important to him. You can't have all generals. You got to have some soldiers that just work hard, and so the chemistry up in the staff room was just as important as in the locker room.
A lot of times we've seen kids in the locker room. And do any of you have rules about that?
Well, I got two girls. I mean, I bring them in the locker room when nobody else is there.
My kids are always in the locker room.
Yeah.
Hi, Kai. How you doing?
You killed him.
How you doing, buddy?
Good.
For training camp, if you have a son that's 10, 11, 12 years or older, you can have him come on up and be a ball boy, water boy.
You want to call a girlfriend? Yeah. Yeah, when I was your age, I never had a girlfriend.
To me, it's just it's make-up time because we're never around him.
That's not what he's getting to. He's getting to when we used to sneak our kids in behind his back.
This is my number one partner. This is Coach Reed's son, my tight end coach. He's my number one fan. Love him like a son.
Mike didn't know this was going on. And then, who was it, Tyler? Tyler comes into the locker room. It's Ron Wolf, Mike, all of us sitting there.
Hey, Steve. Where'd he go? There you go. Thanks. Great win. That was a good one. Good job. He knows. He knows already. All right, Nick.
His son walks in and goes, "Hey, Coach Holmgren, have you seen my dad?" And it was like smoke coming out. He said, "Hey, get out of here."
I didn't say that.
He said, "I'm going to beat your dad up."
There's got to be something that you're saying, geez, when I become a head coach, I'm not going to do this.
I'll pass on that.
I kind of looked at the opposite way, and I tried to write everything down that he said.
We're not done yet.
We're not done. Right? We're not done.
You did it. You did it.
You had to do it, and you did it.
This team, you guys are special.
I can't tell you how much I thank you.
You're proud to be a Green Bay Packer, and I'm proud to be your coach.
You kept the tradition alive, and you contributed to the history of the Packers.
That was a great football team you played, and you won.
You beat a hell of a football team. They're good. They're really good.
You're Central Division champions. Congratulations, man, everybody.
I just want to know who the NFC's champs are.
I think we all probably felt that at that time there wasn't anybody that did it better than what he did.